Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 57, and today we are returning with the final episode of the season as we take on Manchester United in the Champions League final here at Wembley. Nothing to show you off camera in terms of games, but as we do come into the first and only game of today's episode, there are a couple of things to report. So let's just dive straight into the match preview and the team selection as well, where I can show you what those are. And those are the injury report, where as you can see, unfortunately, Lecco is indeed going to miss the game, as we expected after getting injured on the final day. Malone, of course, is out as well. But also Josh Tymon got a training injury, broke his shoulder, and poor old Josh came through the academy, made him a first choice left back. I've given this guy so much, and he broke his shoulder, and that serves him right for all those red arrows in training as well. So Tymon will miss the final, and to be honest, Smajic was probably going to start anyway, but either way, Tymon will play no part whatsoever, and that's a bit of a shame. So that's basically it. So very quick introduction. It's only one game today, but it is the biggest game of the series. It's what the series has been building up to, really. It's the Champions League final, and I gotta say, I'm hopeful for the best. We will, of course, start on the 4-2-4, but I'm not very confident because we've only beat United once in the entire series, and of course, we know they're so good in this game. We know it's going to be highly unlikely we'll come through and get the win, but keep the faith, man. Stop being so pessimistic. We can still do this. So normal instructions, of course, with this 4-2-4. This is the team, and this is the game. So Raj in goal, back four of Smajic, Dimov, and Michael Keane getting the nod ahead of Sonogo despite coming back to fitness. I'd rather start Keane as he's played the last two games and played quite well, and Balud at right back. Midfield Kirkpatrick and Saidi on the wings, Olivier and Delafeu. Berahino and Donnelly lead the line together, and on the bench for Kari, Sonogo, Torre and Dye, Barkley, Miguel and Ruggiero. And to be honest, just thinking about it, there is one game to show you that happened off camera. Before the game, I arranged an under-18s friendly, just because I thought, you know, it's going to be 2 weeks before the game, and some of my players won't be match fit for the game. So players like Sonogo, for example, that were coming back from injury, weren't going to be fully fit for the game. So I played an under-18s game behind closed doors, and I found it interesting as well. Martin Atkinson refereed the game as well. Just wanted to point out, Martin Atkinson just popped down to referee our behind closed door friendly against our under-18s team. I just love the idea of Martin Atkinson just popping around. He was in the area. He gave me a phone call. He said, "What are you doing, mate?" I was like, "Oh, just arranging a friendly with under-18s. I'll come and ref it if you want, mate." So Martin Atkinson ref that 4-1 victory. But anyway, it's the Champions League final, and here we go. Manchester United here at Wembley. I'm very nervous. I'm very pessimistic. I'm also going to put extended highlights on as well, not just key like normal, and hope for a really good game. But again, not expecting the silverware, but we shall hope for the best. And I believe, we've done really well this season to once again finish in the top four, reach our first ever Champions League final, our second final of the series. We can do this. Come on, Hull City. And let's just quickly pop it on extended whilst I can as well. Obviously, throughout the series, some of you guys have been suggesting me like different ways to present these episodes and present this series. And there have been some comments, particularly at the start of this series, and people saying, would you play the game in 3D and not just have the replays in 3D? But I've said a couple of times before, as Smad just picks up an early injury, I don't get on with 3D, and of course with my Mac not being the best to play games on, the 3D always lags a little bit and the frame rate's quite poor as well, so I pretty much always have it on 2D Classic and the replays on 3D, and there you go. Oh god, that would have been an amazing start. Sino hits the post and it's cleared off the line, and Delafeu keeps the chance alive. What a start, would have been Balooted across, and De Gea claims it. That would have been amazing. Off the woodwork from Sido. What a start that would have been. What an absolutely fantastic start to the game that would have been. Sido, top scorer of the competition, hitting the woodwork, and we made a brilliant start to this final here at Wembley. We believe. Olivier on the ball towards Kirkpatrick. Lovely first time ball to Smajic. First time cross. Berahino heads it over. Two glorious chances for the guy gunning for the golden boot. He's been in fine form for most of this season, particularly in the second half of the season, and mostly when playing alongside Brian. And the first header hits the post, and the second one goes over. But what a start from the Tigers. Come on, Saidi to Delafeu. Down the right, releases Sido. He's got Donnelly in the middle. Comes backwards and tries to give it to a teammate and finds Gerrard. Kirkpatrick's in space. Instead, he crosses the ball, and De Gea claims it. We've made an amazing start to this game at Wembley, and I'm taken by surprise by it as well. I shouldn't be, really, because we played so well. For most, well, I'll say most of the season, we haven't really. But in this competition, definitely. But I just don't expect us to win this game. I really don't. I'm so defeatist going into it. But what a fantastic start. But here come United with a number 16 on the ball, looking for Sam Powell. Finds him as a man free in the air if he picks him out. He doesn't cross it, thank goodness for that. But now he does. Bailey at the back stick heads it wide. Three glorious chances for both teams. And another highlight. Smajic to Olivier. And the Belgian finds Donnelly, who crosses Berahino. Oh, yes, get in. Third time of asking. Sino puts it in. Not with his head, but with his feet. Donnelly with the assist. And Hull go in front at Wembley in the Champions League final. Come on. What a start to this game from Hull City. Unbelievable. Olivier through towards Donnelly. First time cross the middle. Sino took his time. And De Gea got a touch, but couldn't keep it out. Don't need his latest scores on now, do I? And it's a good finish by Berahino. He finally gets it right the third time of asking. We've gone in front. And what a start we made to this game, totally against all expectations. We lead here at Wembley, but here come Manchester United. Morata tackled by Keane though, and now maybe a chance on the breaks. He plays it back towards Raj instead, and instead we just keep our foot on the ball. Experience from Michael Keane, and lack of experience from Dean as he gives it away, as Paul Pogba now finds Alvaro Morata, and Espana finds Sam Powell, and I expect this to go in after a cross to the back stick, and Bailey hits the side netting. Wow, two glorious chances for Bailey, and he misses them both. Still up by a goal, 10 minutes to go before the break, but a corner here for United, swung into the centre, Renato Sanchez loses the aerial battle to Dimov, but Sam Powell picks it up. Can he find space to shoot? No, he finds Renato Sanchez, he shoots, and Raj, the skipper, makes the save. Still we lead by one. Very action-packed first half, but of course it's worth noting we've got extended highlights on for this game and not just key, but I have to say we've played just as good as United in my opinion, and despite them controlling the possession battle right now, we're looking quite threatening when we go forward, including right now, and right on cue, Olivier loses out to Virgil van Dijk. And another highlight as Donnelly runs down the left-hand side and crosses towards Berahino at the back stick. Sure head's clear. It'll drop to Balou, who finds Deulofeu. Deulofeu saved by De Gea. What a fantastic first 40 minutes here at Wembley. And still we're up by a goal. And I must say, I'd say full value for this lead as well. We played very, very well. And had De Gea not made a really important save there, we would have doubled our lead too. Smadjic down the left-hand side, crosses to the back stick. Olivier heads it even, over the bar. Still 1-0. What a great first half from Hull. We're leading here at Wembley, completely against all expectations. And we've played well too. But right on cue, highlight for United. Leon Bailey finds Paul Pogba. He can strike him, shot deflected straight at Raj. And I'm losing my breath right now after a very action-packed first half, and the extended highlights continue, and in fact that was the highlight. Oh, that was nothing. Alright, so we enter the break then. We are up by a goal. I'm not going to say anything at the break because, of course, that always seems to backfire on FM, particularly for me. And we shall leave things as they are. Don't change any of the tactics either because we're playing very well, much to my surprise. And I really shouldn't be that surprised either because even though we have struggled for large parts of this season, don't forget, when we switched to this 4-2-4, we instantly started playing well with it. And we were on a really great run, which is continuing, really. We've lost, what, 2 or 3 games using it? But other than that, we've won pretty much every single one. So I shouldn't be that surprised. We just need to keep this up. And as things stand, we're heading to win our first trophy, which will be the Champions League. Bizarre. Still lots of the game to go though, so certainly not going to say that we've got one finger on the trophy right now, let alone one hand, because obviously we know how good United are. They are the holders. They are probably the best team in the world at this stage in the game, so I'm not going to say anything right now as United come through again. Some power back towards Renato Sanchez. I fully expect him to equalise at some point, and maybe now as Bailey tries his luck and puts it just wide the post. The Jamaican is in the mood, but as things stand, we're doing enough to hold on to our slender 1-goal lead as Raj will kick the ball long as we approach the hour mark, still leading here in the nation's capital. But here is Sam Powell, released down left-hand side, who plays it to Morata, who's through, and there is the equalising goal. It was going to come at some point. It was going to come at some point. Alvaro Morata with the goal, and the Spaniard puts United back on level terms. And whilst we have played well, let's not forget they've played well too, and they probably do deserve the equalising goal. Plays it through towards Morata, who beats Raj to the ball inside the 6-yard area. 1-1, 33 minutes to go. Who is going to win this final? And a chance again for United, once again getting behind our fullback Sam Powell, again down left-hand side, crosses Morata. Oh, a 3-minute double from Manchester United, and Alvaro Morata has seen them turn the game on its head. And it's 2-1, and we may end up ruining all those missed chances in the first half. Sam Powell down left-hand side, whipping them into the middle, and that's the problem playing this 4-2-4 with wing-backs. They're always going to be pushed up a little bit higher than our centre-backs, so there's no chance of playing the offside trap and catching them offside. And of course, when they've got pacey wingers, they can run in behind. And of course, since crosses are so OP in this game, we know we're going to be in trouble. Free kick here for United, half dealt with. Sam Powell, the ball he's played so well, shot deflected, and put behind for a throw. There's 26 minutes to go. Let's not hit the panic button just yet. We can still get back in this one, but United now trying to put the sword to us and find that third goal to kill this contest off. So one change then. Miguel is going to come on, and we'll take off Olivier. He's been quite poor in this one with 6.6. There's still time. There's still time. We've not done anything in the second half, and that's my concern. United now had a bit between their teeth, whereas for us, we're grinding our teeth because we're really in trouble. As Raj controls the back pass and launches it long towards Saido, loses out in the air, but Saidi heads it on towards Miguel, just off the bench. Can we find a chance here to get back on level terms? No, Miguel's tackle, brilliant, just comes off the bench, loses the ball straight away, and now we're in trouble. Bailey down the right-hand side, tries to get past his man, he does, and hits it into the side netting. Still 2-1, still in this game. We've got to do something though, because it's all United right now. 20 minutes to go. It really is a case of now or never. As Deulofeu could be through. Oh, he's put it wide. I was making a team talk and Deulofeu was through there. Not sure how he got so open, but he put the shot wide of the post. Still 2-1. There's still time, but we need a goal. Come on. Free kick for us. Balut takes it over the bar from Farouk Balut. Just under quarter of an hour to play. I might bring on my final throw at the dice, which will be Rogério, who did score that very important goal, to be fair to him, against United 2 games ago. Going to drop Berahino to play out wide, and Rogério come and play as a target man support. And we got just over 10 minutes to go, so we've got to go for it now. We've got to go for it now. Much higher tempo. We shall clear the ball to flanks. In fact, we'll punt the ball into the box if we can, and we shall go a little bit more direct in our play. And let's mix the crossing up a little bit as well. Let's go slightly higher in our defensive line, even though we are struggling to cope with them running in behind. We got it now, haven't we? Roam from positions, and there's still plenty of time, but it's not looking good. It's looking like United are going to come from behind and win this final, and unfortunately the wait for some silverware is going to go on. So just over 2 minutes to go. Still United are up by a goal. They could possibly win the tie here if they score again. Salah receives the ball and finds Sanchez, and Renato Sanchez finds Sam Powell, who's pulled the strings in this game. Pass deflected and Keane clears it. There's still time. We've got to score now. Rogério to Donnelly. Donnelly tackled, and United get it back. Come on, just one more chance, game, please. One more chance. We can still do it. Pogba to Morata, though, and United could seal it here. Alvaro on the ball, tackled by Keane, but it will drop straight to Salah down the right. Skin Smajic comes inside, and Raj makes the save. Is there still time? We played well in the first half, but we've just not done well in the second half, and now Sam Powell is through, and that's all over. It's all over. United are going to win the Champions League. You just can't beat them in this save. They are just too good. And I said I wanted to make it my mission to topple them domestically. Well, we're not going to do it in Europe this year. It's our first Champions League final, but it's going to end in heartbreaking defeat. We led at the break by a 0-0, but in the end it counts for nothing. The wait for silverware continues. And this is just how it is. You face Manchester United in any competition, any knockout competition, and you're not getting through. They're just too good. They're just too dominant, and it's all over. I think we've done so well to reach our first ever Champions League final. I think we've done really, really well to do that in just our second season, second season European football, lest we forget. But certainly I'll say I'm far from pleased because we'll motivate most of the team. And I've got to say, some of the players really, really let themselves down out there. I mean, seriously, Olivier 6.6, Deulofeu 6.6, Smajic 6.3. I wish Timon didn't break his shoulder now in training. And we just didn't step up. We just did not step up when we really needed to. Well, we did in the first half, but not in the second. Clearly, we did nothing in the second half whatsoever. So, United get the win. Berahino may have been the Golden Boot winner in the competition, but the wait for some silverware goes on. And it's a shame that the fairy tale ending is not one which will be remembered fondly, because it's just a final win. And we may have been the biggest overachievers, but I mean, it's as far as I'm concerned, it's still a failure. It's still a failure. It's silverware or nothing, mate. Silver or nothing. So that's absolutely gutting. I really felt as though we possibly could have done it as well in the first half. You know, I didn't think about it in the in the second half when we trailed. I thought it was over then. And oh my goodness, just stay at my club, players, please. But oh well, just one of those things. United win it, and when you think about what they're winning right now, I mean they are just too good. I mean they're back-to-back Champions League winners now. They've won it. How many times have they won it in the past few years? They've won it 3 times in the past 4 years. Is that now? They've won the Premier League 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in the last 6 years. They've won the FA Cup. They won it this year as well, didn't they? Yeah, they did. So they've won the FA Cup the past 3 years. I mean, they're just too good. United are just too good, and I feel like we should continue this project. I was thinking this might be the final season of the series, to be honest, because as much as I'm still loving this save, and I know you guys are as well, I just don't know how much further we can take this whole project, but I want us to win some silverware before we hang up our tie here at the KCOM Stadium. So we're going to continue, and Season 8 will start on Saturday morning. We'll be back for Saturday morning with Season 8. But unfortunately, we'll be starting with no trophy still in our cabinet. So that will end today's episode then of the Football Manager series, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the episode, then please do consider leaving a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated, and they really help the channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the start of Season 8 with Hull City still searching for their first piece of silverware very soon. Manchester United are just too good. How on earth are we ever going to beat them? Sorry lads, something I forgot to show you before we ended the episode in the season as well, which we always do, is show the end of season awards, the team meeting, and of course the final sort of stats and attributes of all of our players in the first team as well. I just wanted to leave, I just wanted to end it so I could go off and cry and open up some tabs on Google. So yeah, so the awards then, Josh Tymon for I think the 3rd or 4th straight year is Fans Player of the Year, which, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not justified because he did have a really good season for us despite all these extremely frustrating red arrows, Josh. But I still feel as though Donnelly scoring 38 goals probably deserved it a little bit more, but fair enough. Goal of the season did go to Donnelly though for that screamer against Monaco in the Champions League semi-finals. Berahino, unsurprisingly, was the signing of the season. Hardly surprised as well, and out of all the 4 signings I made going into the season, Berahino was the one that I and quite a few of you guys were questioning as well. Well, in the end, Saido proved us all wrong, didn't he? In particular me, winning the Golden Boot in the Champions League, and we never would have reached the final without the ex-Stoke and West Brom man. And a young player of the season was Josh Tymon, who's now 24 years old. So I think it's time to leave that award to someone a little bit younger, Josh. I mean, don't get me wrong, 24-year-olds, I should say, 24-year-olds are still extremely young. There's no denying that. 24 years old is still an extremely young age. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. But either way. Okay, so yeah, let's take a look at the end of season team meeting, and we can go ahead and say what we want to say. I'm going to say you're going to need to come back fully refreshed because I need to qualify the Champions League next time around. Everyone's happy with that because it's mandatory now. You know, this season, of course, we had Europa League once again as our league expectation, but for next season onwards, I'm going to change it even if it's not the minimum one. We're going to top 4. We have to always finish in the top 4 now. It's mandatory, whether we're one of the best 4 teams in the division or not. So let's get the boys back early, like I always like to do. And of course, competition's over as well. As you can see, EFL Cup was a failure, no doubt about it. So was the FA Cup. To be honest, wasn't really fussed about domestic cups this year due to our Champions League run, and of course the league as well. United back-to-back quadruple winners. I mean, I know I'm going on about it quite a lot, and you guys must think it's a broken record, but I mean this quite seriously. I've played FM since Championship Manager 4. I've done so many saves, played for countless hours, thousands of hours playing this football series, and I have never had a save like this before, where an AI team has been this dominant domestically, and also now in Europe as well. It's unbelievable. I've never seen a team this good before. An AI team, I should say. I've never seen one this good before. It's just extraordinary how good they are, man. Seriously. But anyway, I still think, you know, despite the failures domestically in the league and in the cups, the FA Cup and the EFL Cup, it was still a really successful season. You know, we finished in the top 4 in the league once again, 3rd straight year, and to reach the final of the Champions League, no one would have gave us that chance to start the season. Even I didn't think it was possible, but we still managed to get there. So to end, then we do have the final stats of the players, and of course a few of the players you won't see again, such as Jordi Alba, Berkay Özcan, Alfred Ndiaye as well. But you take a look at the final stats and the attributes of the players. And of course, going into the new season, these red arrows, my goodness. Going into the new season as well, I cannot criticise the training once I've done it recently. Going into the new season, we do have just over £60 million to play with as well. So expect 1 or 2 big names to come in the summer transfer window. Because to be honest, I feel as though we have to now. Next season, I feel it's got to be silverware or bust. I really, really do. It's 7 seasons without a trophy. And whilst, don't get me wrong, this whole side is still a project, why would Rodriguez have red arrows? Whilst this whole City side is still a project, like it's still got to be required mandatory now. Like it's got to be a requirement next season onwards. We've got to start winning some silverware, because it's all well and good making progression in the league and getting a little bit further in Europe as well, but we've got to start proving that we're making progression by putting trophies in the cabinet, which is the objective of any football team, I'm sure. So that will end today's episode then of the Football Manager series, guys. Once again, thank you for watching, much love to you all, have a great day, and I will see you at the start of the new season, Season 8 on Saturday morning. Don't miss it, because it'll of course be one of those fantastic transfer specials and the first game of the new season very soon. Bye, take care, bye.